Okay, and welcome, folks, to the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association Glen Sample Holiday Classic. I was trying to remember just a moment ago which number we assigned this, and I'll be real honest with you, I can't remember, but it's been going on a really long time. This year we've got 41 teams here. We're at Harrison High School. We're just starting. With me today, working as my co-announcer is Tim Cunningham, and we're going to go right into the 106-pound matches. Who do we have here, Tim?
Dave, I have Patrick Kearney, a young sophomore out of Mason, wrestling for Coach Murnan, coming in at 10-3 this year. Just got the first takedown here. Was 106 last year as a freshman, started on varsity at 33-12, and was a district qualifier last year, and probably one of the best 6-pounders in the city this year.
And his opponent is from Loveland High School, and Loveland is currently in second place in the team race. This is Pete Veit. He's a junior. Last year he was 7-2 and did not qualify to the state or anything like that. Seems like he's just coming into his own here as a junior. He's down 2-1 at this point, however, early in the first period.
Dave, you got Patrick Kearney's the #1 seed. So he's kind of made his way through the tournament here with a pin in round 2, 8-2 win in round 3, and then a pin in the semis also. So
Veit comes in as he's coming in as an unseeded wrestler. In fact, he's the only unseeded wrestler in the tournament, in the finals here today. He started out against Talawanda with a pin. He pinned the Simon Kenton lad, and in the semifinals, he beat Taylor Bemerer of Reading, who was, I think, the #2, perhaps.
Yeah, he was a 2 seed. Beat him in the quarters.
And then now he's and he beat Roy Garcia from Fairfield. So he's, like I say, I think this is his beginning point. He's in pretty good on
he's down 4-2, but back on their feet, so takedown would tie it up here.
Mike Bluss, please come to the lobby. Mike Bluss.
Kearney looks like a really thick 106 guy.
Yeah,
he's solid.
These kids are, both of them are solid kids. Veit is a little bit taller and looks like he's got pretty good range, but Kearney seems to have the edge in strength, perhaps. I don't know. That's a toss-up. We'll find out here as the match goes on.
And about 5 seconds left here in the first period.
Kearney with that front headlock.
Not going to get it. We're going to stay 4-2 going into the second period here. Flip the coin. It's going to be Green Mason's choice. Kearney's going to defer. Veit will take down.
Another great day for wrestling here at Harrison. Great crowds all the way through. The wrestling has been really outstanding. I thought this year we had a lot of parity in the sport. Aside from perhaps the 2 or 3 top teams, everybody else seems to be pretty much on an equal plane. Everybody has 1 or 2 kids that can go out and score anytime.
Yeah, the top 3 team race seems to be pretty much settled, Dave. You got Moeller's going to be in first place, Loveland's going to be in second, and Fairfield's going to be in third. And there's maybe a battle between Fairfield and Mason for 3rd and 4th. But other than that, I think it's pretty well settled.
And the highest rated, ranked of the small school division teams is Ross, which is in 5th overall. And they've done really well. They've got several kids here in the finals and consolation finals. One of the more interesting things is that this year in the top 10, we have a number of out-of-area teams. Simon Kenton from Kentucky is up in here. Mount Vernon from Mount Vernon. And Kettering Fairmont is actually number 11 and only a point behind St. X. So, you know, we're seeing some of these out-of-area teams coming in and taking places in the tournament, which is part of the purpose of the tournament itself. is to expose our kids to a wide variety of styles.
Okay, right now we're Patrick Kearney's holding on to 6-3 lead. About 40 seconds left in the second period.
He's pretty well dominating here. It's Pete
3 takedowns.
Pete Vike is he gets in on stuff, but Kearney is much more adept at finishing and scoring.
Got a solid half in right now. Raking him over his knee, trying to turn him.
Loveland is one of those great stories. It's just been in the last couple of years that the Loveland team has really started to come together and to gel, and they really come after you now. It's been really an interesting experience to watch them as they have evolved over the last several years. And Coach Chris Schweitzer there at Loveland just doing a wonderful job. I just was talking to him a moment ago. He was saying that the kids are buying into hard work, and they have a 6:30 practice every day. And he says the whole team shows up, everybody's there, then they get out of school. He sends them home at 4 o'clock, and he said they love getting home at 4.
Love being home early, don't they?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I watched a lot of their semis and wrestlebacks, and they really have done a good job of riding legs. They've become a really good leg riding team. So you can punish kids when you get your legs in on them.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you can. Kearney is in the mold of pretty much the mold of the traditional Mason format. He uses a lot of pressure on the upper body. You get really tired carrying that half Nelson and bar series around on the mat for a whole 6 minutes. It wears on you.
Done a pretty good job here, just pretty much controlled the match the whole time.
And just as we say that, we have a warning for stalling meted out against Patrick Kearney. Well, he didn't come out out of line with the body, and
he's holding on to an 8-3 lead, so he's not exactly.
Yeah, he isn't too terribly worried about it.
He's just going to try to make it through the last minute and take the championship home with him. Good job of getting right to the arm bar, like you said, doing a lot of pressure on the upper body of.
There he's come outside.
We have updated brackets available at the concession stand for $3.
Pete Vike needs to get his head up and get his feet to the mat here.
He's tried to roll out and try Peterson a couple times. So, 8-3 match right now. If he could hit one of those, get 2 reversal.
Gets out, gets 1. 8-4.
Oh,
nice
what a great fireman.
What a lovely
Set that
shot.
up beautiful.
Nicely
Very
hit.
quick, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Wonderful job. He'll get his 2 and 2 back points, make it 12-4. He's going to try to coast out the last 10 seconds.
And the coaches from the corner over here are both just waving to him like, just stay right where you are. You don't have to do anything more. And there we have it, our 106-pound champion from Mason, a sophomore, Patrick Kearney.
Pretty good tournament right there. 4 pins and a 8-2.
Yeah, as a sophomore. Yeah.
Not bad.
There's that fireman's carry. It's really well hit. He's got to rotate to his left hip to pop the head, but there it comes out. There it is.
All right, Dave, here we go at 113. I have Connor Ziegler, the number 3 seed, out of Moeller High School, wrestling for Jeff Geyers, only a sophomore. Made it into state last year and was 106. He was 33-11 last year.
And his opponent's the number 1 seed in the weight class. This is Dakota Riley out of Mount Vernon. He's currently 9-0. Last year he took 3rd in the state, and he's certainly a well-rounded wrestler. He won the Wazee Classic earlier in this season, and he's clear about his goal He wants to become a state champion. Well, he's one of those kids that has the tool. Both these kids have tools to be at the top of the podium.
I watched him wrestle Brandon Tucker in the semis, and Brandon's a real solid kid out of Loveland, and Dakota's solid. So it should be a really good match here, I think. Two young kids.
Well, Riley's a senior, so
is he a senior?
yeah, he's a senior. This is his last go at it. So if he's going to achieve his goal of being a state champion, he's going to have to really get on his horse.
There, that should be two. Nope.
Nope.
Went out on the edge. Pretty close.
Nope. Didn't quite have all that control. That was a good shot, though. You know, we were talking there just before the final started here, Tim, that we looked down the roster of the wrestlers here in the championship bouts, and for the first time that I can remember in years, we have no freshmen in the finals. It's really rare. Normally we have a freshman, you know, here maybe at 106 or maybe 113, but and we've seen them up in the upper weights for that matter. Oh, nice snag single.
Great job, but no points.
A lot of wrestling taking place at the edge of the mat.
A lot of good action right there. Connor Ziegler gets in pretty deep. He does a great job of trying to keep his feet out of the way from being tripped, and it worked. We're going to end the first period knotted at 0.
Yeah, well, you know, there are no freshmen in the thing. There's only 2 sophomores in the finals, and it's dominated this year by seniors. And
that is unusual, especially at the lower weights.
Yeah,
you usually see
right.
a freshman because.
Well, you know, we get up into the well, Tigray Scales was a sophomore last year in this weight. We've had freshmen win it in the upper weights, but it's most of the time you find them. You get the freshmen in here, but a lot of the time they just simply have to struggle.
Well, I think you look like Connor Ziegler was a freshman champ last year. You had AJ Kowal was up to 152, was a freshman champ 2 years ago. So we have some kids that won it as freshmen, but this year none that have made it. It's a pretty good for a 1-0 score. It's a pretty good match here. A lot of action, even though there hasn't been a lot of scoring.
We've got, you can't see the clock. A minute to go here in the second period. It's still a 2-1 match. Dakota Sizemore. The Moeller is in green. Caught a finger.
Connor Ziegler, the Moeller wrestler, just took one to the teeth, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Here we got it coming again.
Yeah, right there. I think he just
must got a shoulder, did he?
I think his head. I think his teeth ran into his head.
Well, well, we're going to see it again here. I guess he comes up and catches it on the upswing there. As you can see, there's 3 mats being run out here. And a match in the middle mat, of course, is the championship match. We also had 3rd place and 5th place being contested. Earlier in the day, they wrestled for 7th, and we do have the 7th place finishers at 103. Aaron Frankel of Sycamore took 7th over Will Krupke of Moeller. And there's a takedown.
Riley's going to get the 2 there, make it 2-1. 34 seconds left in the second period here. It's a pretty big point right here, Dave. You know, it's a 2-1 match, but Riley's going to be down next period. So pretty big point for Ziegler to stay in the match here to make it 2-2 going into the third.
Yeah.
Down to 21 as they go out of bounds. Ziegler's doing a good job getting his feet, but Riley's not having much trouble returning him to the mat.
Riley's puts that almost, it's almost, years ago that was called an Oklahoma ride.
Yeah.
And that's like trying to shake water off. That's just hard to do. And interestingly, sitting in the chair for Moeller is Dean Geyer, who is head coach Jeff Geyer's son, and who was himself. Oh, what a
great little switch right there. Pretty good athlete.
Dean has been an outstanding teacher in rides, and right there, Riley, I think, has been teaching a little bit about good tight rides as well. But that was a heck of a switch.
Yeah, he's returning to the mat pretty easily. Good at lifting.
Mount Vernon has been coming down to this tournament for, oh gosh, I don't know how many years. It seems like they've become a regular fixture here, very much like Beaver Creek has been over the years. Coach John Brown up at Mount Vernon always puts together a great squad in Central Ohio.
I'll tell you what, Dakota Riley is riding really hard, great at lifting once he gets him off, Connor gets to his feet.
Dakota Riley is strong.
He looks like he's got to make his run to the state title, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, boy. He's got that. He's always looking to turn you, too. He's not just getting in there and riding. He's looking to, here comes the tilt series. And Sizemore is coming out of the Moeller experience and out of all of his summer wrestling and everything. He knows all about tilts and the impact there. He comes back and
potentially dangerous there.
Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to get around to that concept. That knee was pretty well extended. I always place things in comparison to my own body, and you'd have heard me screaming from here to the Michigan border.
Tell you, Dave, come March, this is one we'll have to remember, this Dakota Riley. He's, I think we'll see him.
Yeah. Nice single.
Very
nice
quick.
Throw. Nice. Nice. "30 seconds.
Last 30 seconds, Dave, and Riley's just wrestled a really nice match.
There's one.
6-3.
Sizemore hasn't given it up yet. Yeah.
Boy, he's solid, Dave.
Yeah, he's got all the weapons, doesn't he? He's strong. He's quick.
He's not winded at all. He's gone pretty solid 6 minutes here, and he's not breathing hard at all.
Yep.
So his conditioning's there, athleticism's there. Really nice shot.
Quick. Wow.
Boy, one.
No, nice. Comes off one, goes to the other. That's what you really like to see.
Nice win there.
Yeah,
that's a really nice match.
That's a good one to keep our eyes on. At 113 pounds from Mount Vernon, senior Dakota Riley takes home the gold.
111, Quinn May. Will face from Fairfield.
Wow, good job.
Davis.
Dakota Riley right there made a little run at him. Most outstanding wrestler right there. That was very nice.
I was just going to mark that on my sheet here, as a matter of fact.
All right, Dave, let's bump up here and go to the 120-pound weight class. Who do you have?
Sort them out. Okay, the number 2 seed in this class is a senior. He's from Ryle. This is Gus Adams. Way back as a freshman, he was second in their district. In the following years, as a sophomore, he took 4th in the state and 5th in the state last year as a junior. And he's 10-1 coming into this tournament. He's in the white singlet and is wearing the, they don't have anklets on. I guess he's red. I don't know. We'll find out.
Lakota East is red. That's
Lakota
who I've
East?
got, Dave. I've got senior
Okay,
Austin
good.
Daly, who just got the takedown. He's wrestling for Coach Jim Lehman out of Lakota East. Number 1 seed coming in. Has 4th at district last year, so he was a state qualifier. And coming in at 8-2 right now, but holds a 2-0 lead.
And he wants to be a doctor. I wonder why. Oh yeah, there's the red anklet. I didn't see it before. It was covered up.
Doing a nice job on top, trying to control the hands, following with him whenever he moves. Could be 2. It's going to tie it up, 2-2. Gus Adams with the reversal.
These are 2 seniors going at it out here. This is what we're going to see a good bit of, I think, with the with as many seniors as there are, that we're going to see, just a one senior match going again and again and again.
Down about the last 12 seconds in the first period, going to end up tied at 2, I think, Dave. So Daly with the first quick takedown. Then Gus Adams gets a reversal. We'll go into the second tied at 2. Daly had his choice and he didn't defer there. He went ahead and took the bottom position. A lot of times you'll see most kids defer.
Yeah, that's true. The preference is, or the usual pattern is to defer.
I don't know, Dave. A lot of times though, I'd like to be on bottom when I'm fresher, I have a little more wind left.
And we've got the tilt going. But no points come off that.
Pretty good ride here by Gus Adams. Keeping the pressure on.
Used to be that when teams came from Kentucky, everybody figured that was a win in the brackets, and that isn't the case anymore. Ryle started it all. They started coming over here, and they kept bringing 1, 2, 3 outstanding kids to every tournament. And we're up in and challenging for championships again and again. And now we see Walton Verona has come over. Simon Kenton is here. That's Northern Kentucky wrestling is really benefiting from the exposure
coming
in this
over, right?
tournament.
Just doing a good job of controlling the hands, keeping the pressure on. Now he's got the arm behind his back. Not a great position for Daly here. Well, potentially dangerous. The arm came up past 90 degrees there. Still tied at 2, 40 seconds left here.
Gus Adams reaches the finals here with a pin in the first period in the first round. a tech fall, a major decision, and a 6-0 decision over Quinn May of Lebanon in the semifinals. So, you know, he's earned his way here. There's no question of that.
Done a great job riding here. Done the whole minute and a half now, being able to stay on top, not give up an escape. Great, just runs the claw series, gets up under there, under the neck. Doing a great job.
Austin himself has come through the tournament in pretty good shape too. He picked up a pin in the first period in his first match, a major decision, a 6-5 win over Jacoby Ward of Moeller in the quarterfinals, and a 6-3 win over DeMarco Davis of Fairfield in the semis.
Oh, he had his one there. With no time left, he almost got it.
Boy, that was sweet too, because Adams just made a really great move to go the other way right here. As he's about to lose it, he just lets everything go, goes opposite the whole thing.
Well, just a great job there by Gus Adams. 2-minute ride.
There it is. Switches the ride, goes the other way. Wonderful job.
Got the cradle locked up. He's got a cradle. He's going to get his 2 there, make it a 5-2 match.
One of the assistant coaches from Ryle is Larry Mickelson, who wrestled back in the ancient days at Coleraine for Terry Bondo way back. I'm sure Larry doesn't want me telling you how far back.
All right, Austin Daly almost did a little head hunting there and almost got a reversal there, but they did give him the 1, make it a 5-3 match. Minute 20 left.
Yep.
So Austin's going to have to take down and ride, send it into overtime. And he got the first takedown, so.
Both these kids are no slouches in the classroom. They both are better than 3 points.
I think we're going to see a stalemate here.
Yeah, I don't see much room for that to improve. Dick Roach is the lead referee in this match. Fred Warren is the second referee on the mat. Daly's in pretty good, but boy, Adams is
tough.
Strong, boy. I tell you what, he plants his feet and puts the muscle to it.
So Gus Adams takes a 7-3 lead. 30 seconds left. I think the way he rode in the second period, you're just going to see him.
Yeah. And Daly continues to work off the bottom. There, he's got an underhook to fight off, but they're out of bounds. We got 21 seconds remaining here in the third period at 120 pounds. Well, big things are afoot this year. Oh, Daly almost is trying to Peterson and almost put himself on into an exposure situation there.
That's going to do it.
Yep.
73. Gus Adams takes the championships out of the number 2 seed.
That's going to do him a lot of good in seeds in their state level competition down the road.
Pretty impressive right there. He looked really good on top.
Yep. Yep.
It's a good win.
Win by forfeit.
What do we got?
Third place.
Dave, let's move up to 126 pounds.
I've got the number 3 seed here. He's from Simon Kent. He's a senior. This is Joe Parrott. He's 16-0 at this point, and he was 8th in the state as a sophomore. He was 4th in the state as a junior, and he's a 4-point. His favorite class is AP Calculus. Who's he wrestling?
He's wrestling Josh Parrott out of Kettering Fairmont. 2-time state qualifier, Dave. He's only a junior, so he's been both years. 27-10 as a freshman and 33-9 as a sophomore. So I think this is
this could be a really good match.
Yeah, this coming in looks to be one of the better finals, but really we've had some good ones, but these are two pretty quality wrestlers right here. So
yeah, well, we're going to have to give them, since their last name is Parrott, we're going to have to go Joe and
Joe and Josh. And Joe got the takedown.
And Joe's from Simon Kent.
Right.
He's in the white singlet.
Green anklet.
Josh has got the red anklet on and is in the blue and silver of Kettering Fairmont. And Josh is working back to get a reversal. And
Joe got the leg in, so I think he's in pretty good shape now. Yeah. Great wrestling right here. This will be one of the most exciting ones of the night. Both of them look like they're going to be full of action right here.
It's hard to imagine how we get so much help down here.
We do, don't we? Those elder guys.
There's all these guys that want to give us help.
Schultz tries to stand right in front of the camera for us.
See, that just goes to show he didn't even know where the camera was.
That's right.
Okay, this is Joe Parrott on top from Simon Kenton.
He's done a great job. He got an early takedown, and he's done a great job riding. Seen some good top wrestling here tonight, Dave.
Yeah.
Kids are doing a good job. Going to go 2-0. Parrott from Simon Kenton holding the lead. Kettering Fairmont gets the choice. They'll defer. So Simon Kenton will choose down to start the second period with the 2-0 lead.
Well, Joey Parrott has gotten here not with relatively little opposition. He has 2 pins, a decision, a 6-2 decision over A.J. Donegan of Beaver Creek in the quarterfinals, and then a 16-7 decision over Grayson Barden of Fairfield in the semifinals.
Josh came in with a round 1 13-5 win. Then he ripped off 2 pins, 3 pins.
These guys like to stick it. What, 5 pins between the 2 of them?
Yeah. Josh comes in as the 1 seed.
That's Josh Parrott in on the single. But Joe's got good hip presence and fights his way up. Now Josh has got a body lock.
There we go. So it makes it 3-2. Puts him right back in the match here.
Yep.
See if he kicks him and goes for another takedown, or he tries to ride him. I think you'll see him kick him out. There you go. 4-2.
Jim, you have a remarkable capacity to call that. You do it consistently.
Well, down 3-2, he's going to try to put himself back in the match here because he's going to be on top.
Speaking of upcoming things down the road, what do you think of this year with the team duel tournament?
Well, it's going to be qualifier, right? So we don't even know who's in it yet. So there'll be a series of matches to qualify in January, right?
Right.
Like a 3-week series. Is that what I heard?
The finals are in February. Yep. February 9, I think it is. And of course, for those of you that are watching this cable cast right now, keep in mind that Waycross will be there. We're going to cover the finals of the state dual meet tournament. Just how we're going to do that is yet to be determined, just because we don't know quite what is going to appear. We know that there's going to be, it'll be in 3 divisions, the same as we have everything else, but we don't know where the regions are yet, who's involved in the different regions. there's a lot of questions, and while there is no posted site for it, the consensus of opinion is that it's going to be at St. John's Arena at Ohio State. That takes us back to when I was first coaching, to the
long time
back in the 60s.
Great place. I love that place.
Oh, what a wonderful venue for wrestling. Oh, we have word from our director, Tony Suarez, that they're going to remodel the interior of St. John's Arena this next year. So we'll get 1 year in, maybe. Whoops, we got a caution.
And it could be I mean, Fairfield was leading the tournament last night coming in this. So you got Loveland, Fairfield, Moeller, Mason all going to make a run at it. Should be a pretty exciting series in our area just to see who gets there.
Yeah. And Ross, I think, has a very realistic opportunity to do something in the Division II.
Division II, sure.
I don't think that our Division III teams, well, it depends on how the regions are drawn, but I don't think we're going to see a lot out of our Division III teams in the duels.
All right, there's the escape. Make it a 4-3 match.
4-3.
Minute left.
That's Joe Parrott in the white with the green anklet in the lead. He's got 47 seconds to go to bring this title home at 126 pounds.
A lot of time still left here.
This is where you don't want to see a guy decide that he's got it won. Now, this is a very serious possibility here.
Great shot there. He's getting pretty deep.
Josh Parrott is in really deep. Joe comes across, locks off on the other hip, and takes a look at the clock.
He's got the 1 point lead. That's
he's looking for the stalemate, if nothing else.
Okay, 7 seconds left. Joe has been hit for stalling here, or warned for stalling, so he can't back up. Great job. Really good match.
Simon Kenton brings home another winner. Josh Parrott. Joe Parrott, excuse me. The Parrott brothers here. End up, Joey Parrott ends up the champion at 126 pounds. And
moving right along, Dave. We're going pretty quick here. Move up to 132. I've got Andrew Mendel out of Moeller, senior, number 2 seed, wrestling for Coach Jeff Geyer, coming in at 11-2. Been at 5th in the districts as a sophomore and a junior, so he hasn't quite gotten there. Who's he got, Dave?
His opponent's from Fairmont, Kettering Fairmont. And that's Matt Denlinger. He's a senior. His career record at this point is 120 wins, 29 losses. He's 14-0 so far this year. And he's, again, another one of these kids with really high grade point average. And he's in the blue and silver singlet with the green anklet. He was second. Is that right? Yes, he was second in the state last year at 132 pounds.
Very, very solid wrestler here, Dave. Been to state, what? Alternate as a freshman, 8th as a sophomore, and second last year. So,
right. Andrew Mendel has got his hands full in this match.
Not sure, Dave. Do you think that means did not place, or does that mean second?
I think it's second.
Or second?
Second. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think he made the state finals last year.
I don't remember him in the state finals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's DNP.
Yeah, I think it did not place.
That's DNP. So we'll take away his medal. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Matt, but not yet, man. You're going to have to get it this year.
but he was 8th as a sophomore. That's still pretty solid to place as a sophomore.
Well, he made three trips. That's pretty good.
If I'm not mistaken, 132 had Joey Ward and Edgar Bright in it last year, didn't it? So
I think that's right.
So Mendel's going to find himself down 2-0 here. Going into the second, his choice, he defers. Denlinger's going to take bottom.
Coach Geyer. Who's the assistant with him?
Coach Murray. So if Mendel's good anywhere, he's good at top here.
Well, he sure
Going
forced
for a
that
tilt
one over,
there.
looking for the tilt.
Did a nice job there. Almost got a count.
Denlinger does not look terribly threatened in this. Of course, I suppose because the leg series and the tilt series. Oh, that's interesting. He may come out of this thing with a bunch of points.
I think if Mendel's smart here, he holds onto that ankle and just tries to get a stalemate out of this. Could do a little head hunting here. That's going to be 2, I think. There it is.
Well, there it is. Locked up the cradle.
The blood time. All their coaches are arguing that he was under the leg and still had control, but I don't think they're going to win. He's locked in the cradle. See, they're going to argue that Mendel was still controlling the leg under there.
And I'm watching the referee look over here like, can we have that on replay? And we've got it on replay right here.
See, Mendel has the leg under there, but Denlinger has the cradle.
Yeah, and he's locked in it on top of it. Denlinger or Mendel does not. There's an even better view of it.
Yeah.
Thanks to the fine camera work of the Waycross volunteers.
Well, their coach behind us watching the screen there. Okay.
Well,
I think the scoreboard's still reading 2-0, but I'm pretty sure they gave him 2 to make it 4-0.
Coaches, we need you to turn in your outstanding wrestler award to the head table. When we get it done, to get your ballot filled out, please return it to the head table.
A little coach, look at Coach Guy. They're limping a little bit, coming off of torn Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
He's too young to work out with kids.
That's what I keep telling him.
Or too old, I mean.
Yeah, I keep telling him. You know, you got to remember you're not 25 years old anymore. You can't go out and go through conditioning the way you used to do.
And that's exactly what he did. He was running sprints with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get a chance to see Mendel on bottom here. Denlinger's great riding here.
But he's got pretty good body sense, pretty good sense of where he is.
Gets a 1.
Gets a 1. Matt Denlinger, a senior. And Andrew Mendel, another senior. Here they are doing something that is going to be forever in their memories. How many kids go through school and, you know, all they do is go through school. These guys are going to remember. Whoa, boy, don't worry about that knee.
Well, potentially dangerous. A good shot by Mendel. He's in pretty deep there.
Yeah. That Mendel lip bleeding, is that
Yeah.
what's bleeding on him? my younger son Hans wore braces through his, I don't know, sophomore, maybe his sophomore season, junior season, one of the two. He loved it because he found more ways to get time out.
He didn't need conditioning. He just
smacked himself in the mouth.
He's got a little blood time.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, it's 0.4 of a second left.
4-1
match.
4-1.
So we'll go into the third period, 4-1.
Matt Denlinger of Kettering Fairmont.
Mendel will go down. Got to get an escape and a takedown just to tie it up. So he's got his work cut out for him here. See what kind of rider Denlinger is if he just tries to go back on his feet.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's just a mild control. Not real serious about it. He isn't worried terribly. He doesn't mind being on his feet. He's in pretty good now.
It's just some kids are good at some aspects and not as good at the other, and they go to what they like best. I think you find Mendel trying to ride him there, and Denlinger pretty happy to be on his feet.
Step out, tries the limp arm. Mendel holds on to the wrist, keeps possession for a... Coach Geyer maybe he's going to have to stop sitting next to the edge of the mat, too. He doesn't move as quickly as he used to.
Been a nice match here by both kids, wrestling hard, aggressive. Denlinger just looks strong, doesn't he, Dave?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Mendel's done a good job of fighting him off. Had some good shots.
Well, you can takedown will put a whole new perspective on this match, that's for sure. Mendel needs a takedown. He's beginning to run into a time issue here. We're down to 40 seconds in the third period.
Mendel trying to drag him. Denlinger's strong. Down to the last 15 seconds here. Mendel's going to have to try something just to tie it up. Pretty good match there. Time's going to run out on Andrew Mendel, but pretty good tournament. Second place for him. Great job by Matt Denlinger.
Yeah,
Fairmont.
What did he come in as?
8th as a sophomore.
Well, I mean, what was his seed?
Denlinger was the number 1.
Well, I'm talking about Mendel.
And Mendel was the number 2, so it played out just like it was supposed to.
Seeds worked out, didn't it? Well, we're going to move along here to the next 138-pound division.
Who do you have, Dave?
I've got a guy by the name of Kevin Leonhardt. He's a junior from Lakota West. He's 8-1 so far this year. And based on the fact that he didn't put anything else down, I can't tell you too much more about him.
He's the one that just brought it over right before we went on air here. So he's going to be wrestling a junior out of Elder, wrestling for Dick McCoy, a kid named Evan Morgan. District qualifier the last 2 years was 27-16 as a freshman and 30-9 as a sophomore. So he's been a varsity wrestler for Elder all 3 years so far. Started as a freshman for him.
This is the only Elder wrestler in the finals, isn't
it? I think you're right. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So Evan Morgan comes out, gets the first takedown, takes a 2-0 lead, and then Leonard gets the 1 for the escapes. We're 2-1 Morgan. Morgan's in the white and purple for Elder.
Well, Leonard has 2 pins and a 6-1 decision, and in the semis, a 3-1 decision over Taylor Bryant of Fairfield. Boy, there's a team that took it on the chin in the semis, was Fairfield. They went into the semifinals in pretty doggone good shape and came out far less happy, I think, than what they expected to be.
Evan Morgan came in, Dave, as the 4th seed. He beat the #1 seed Clay Brown out of Walton Verona 3-2 in the semis. So this is a 2 versus 4. Nice job by Morgan to get his hips back under him, get some height. Pretty good position here to get the takedown. Morgan keeps working. He's only got 3 more seconds to try to get it. Leonard's doing a good job of fighting it off.
I see that Brennan Ryan now is the head coach at Lakota West.
Came over from Madeira, right?
Yeah, and before that he was at Mount St. Joe, and before that Roger Bacon.
Roger Bacon,
yeah.
Right. Okay, Morgan's going to have his choice here. He's going to go in the bottom position.
That knee looks to me like it's bothering him, the way he got down.
I think this Leonard might be a good top wrestler. Let's see how he does on top this period. Long and lanky. Those guys usually like to ride legs and cradles. And
Coach McCoy over at Elder was telling me an interesting story. This is they're celebrating the 50th year of wrestling at Elder, and they had a dual meet last week with Oak Hills, and they sent out invitations to some 400 wrestlers that had wrestled as seniors over that period of time, and they got back 200 and better than 250 guys for the thing. That's quite a.
You can't beat that, can you?
That's quite an accomplishment. Get that many people to come back.
Good stuff.
Morgan gets the reversal here, 4-1.
Yeah, Leonard didn't put legs in like we were expecting.
Like I had thought. Morgan's still the top wrestler here.
They're putting a lot of pressure on Leonard's head and arms with that barbed wire there.
You're going to see a stalemate here.
Have to move on to something else here. Get in there and stay with the same thing too long.
There it is. Action wasn't going anywhere.
Nope.
Still 4-1. Morgan holds the lead. Second period, 23 seconds left.
It was interesting. I just happened to catch the action of both head coaches. Both of them exhibited exactly the same body language. I don't think they said quite exactly the same thing, but it was both. You could tell neither one of them was very happy.
Morgan goes back to the ankle, try to stop the first move and hang on for 20 more seconds, take a 4-1 lead. They're gonna, more blood time. Got a little blood time. He must have braces.
I thought they were supposed. Didn't they make a new rule on if you have braces, you're supposed to wear
a mouthpiece? Yeah.
I tried to buy Hans mouthpiece. He wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Back in his day, probably not.
I can't breathe. Yeah, right. He just wanted to bleed. Well, here in the events preceding the finals, we inducted a new member to the Southwest Wrestling Coaches Hall of Fame, John Washko from Claremont Northeastern. John coached out at CNE for, oh God, I don't know how long, a long time. And was one of the real founders of the beginners of wrestling in Claremont County, especially. Nice man.
Okay, last 10 seconds. Morgan's gonna hold on to an ankle and just try to ride him out here. Looks like he's gonna be able to do that.
That's the end of the second period. And we move to the third here. At,
Boy.
138 pounds. Evan Morgan of Elder with the advantage.
Leonard looked at his coaches, wanted to go neutral, and they said, no, you're down by 3 here. So they need 1 and then 2, so they want him to get his 1 point before he just goes on his feet. But I think Leonard felt a little more comfortable going neutral.
Maybe he has a secret weapon there. He's got that takedown all scoped out that's going to put Morgan directly to his back.
Or he just is afraid Morgan can ride him.
In here, I think.
Going up on his head, trying to shrug out of here. So again, good job by Morgan's 30-second ride here to open the third period. I think Leonard might have been afraid of this getting rode like this.
Yeah, I don't think he likes being underneath.
Yeah,
Morgan rides you really hard, and Leonard's having a really hard time getting away from him.
All he needs is 1, though, and he's right in the match. Takedown would tie it. There, he's in good shape. Gotta stretch him out, get those hands unlocked.
Again, an old-fashioned move that nobody uses anymore.
A little high leg over.
Yep, high leg over, hip heist, right.
Oh.
And we got
Morgan's going to get hit for stalling, but again, that puts Leonard down back in the position of having to try to get off the bottom, and he was in pretty good shape right there.
46 seconds left at this in this weight class here at 138 pounds. This is the Southwest Ohio Glen Sample Holiday Classic, coming to you from Harrison High School. It sure doesn't seem like the holidays outside. Last time I stuck my head out the door, it seemed like it seemed like it was well, high summer for us from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But for around here, it seems like spring.
Yeah, Morgan's in great shape here. Leonard's just kind of holding on. And
yeah, Leonard's got to establish some other attack format.
Yeah, it's interesting when the wrestlers on the mat, you know, they just have a sense sometimes, Dave, that maybe I can't get out and I want to go on my feet. And you know, he ended up getting ridden out the whole second period here, or whole third period.
He isn't moving his hip away fast enough.
Evan Morgan, Elder High School, comes away 145-pound champion out of the number 4 seed. That's a pretty good tournament.
That is. That's a great tournament on his part. Certainly.
Excuse me, that was 138, Dave. Now we're moving up to 145.
Yep.
145. This is Adam Sams, 12th grader, out of Fairfield, wrestling for Coach Masonic. 8th in the state as a sophomore. District champ last year. Doesn't say whether he placed last year, but really just had an older brother. Very solid wrestler here. Adam Sams of Fairfield.
And his opponent's the number 2 seed in the weight class. He's a junior from Ross. This is Joseph Jones. Wrestles there for Coach Dunn at Ross. He his first 2 years in the sport, he was alternate to the state, and last year he won the district but didn't place in the state tournament at 138 pounds. He's a really very successful academic performer and hopes to become an orthopedic surgeon.
Nice.
We need those.
Well, you have a 1 versus 2 here. So this is the way it was supposed to happen.
That's Sam's in the red and white of the Indians of Fairfield. In the red anklet. He picked up the takedown right away, and now Joe Jones comes back. And Sam's got an offensive whizzer in. In the old days, that was automatically an escape. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're scored in the escape. So Joe Jones gets the escape, 2-1. These guys, you know, are adjoining school districts, Ross and Fairfield. I guess that's true. Now, I'm sure they must join somewhere along the way. It's been a real pleasure to watch the Fairfield Indians over the years. We used to, when we were competing against them, I never liked to see them, but you know, to watch the kids that have come through the program under Coach Ron Masonic's tutelage has really been fun. He's been on all sides of the mountain. Boy, that's a nice shrug that hasn't scored yet. But
yeah, Masonic's been one of the best around, hasn't he? Cincinnati's ever had.
Yes, sir, boy. Nobody around has ever spent longer and worked harder at the sport than he.
Great job by Jones to try to fight this off.
And Sam's at the same time not letting him get away.
Time runs out, no points. Boy, that was good wrestling right there. Two to one, start the second. Sam's will have the choice. He'll go down.
Talk about old school. Steve Young's the official on this, lead official on this match. Steve Long.
Steve Long.
He's been calling these matches for a long time.
He's wearing glasses now.
Yeah. You know, we want to give a shout out to a good friend and referee and former coach and member of the Southwest Ohio Wrestling Hall of Fame, Jeff Burkhoff. Jeff had a really nasty thing happen this summer. He ended up with a brain, what do you call that thing?
Aneurysm?
Well, kind of an aneurysm, I guess, or something like that. Anyway, he really was he's lucky to still be here. And he's getting around. He's lost a little bit of his ability to, he can only score for red now, so I guess they won't let him referee because he can only pick his right arm or his left arm up. But
he's sitting mat side right across from us with Dick Lowenstein.
Yeah.
Jones doing a good job here. Whole first minute of the second period, he's been able to ride Sam's. Be a great, if he could ride him out and only be down a point going into the third, that'd be a good second period for him. That's them, right? There's Jeff right there in the yellow.
Jeff in the yellow shirt there, straight across from us. And the state rules interpreter is sitting beside him. That's Dick Lowenstein.
Jones trying to go for a little tilt here.
I kind of had a Caddyshack moment.
Still made it. Go back on 21 seconds here for Jones to ride him out. It changes the whole match then because he'll take the bottom position next period. But Sam's is a good top guy too, so
yes,
he might return the 2-minute favor here.
Yeah. We got Joseph Jones came through the tournament with a major decision back at the beginning of the tournament, a pin in the second round, a 8-2 decision in the quarterfinals, and a 3-1 decision over Jordan Collins of Mason in the semis.
Sam's comes through the 1 seed with a pin, 10-0. So he hasn't really been challenged here
No,
this either.
He's one of the traditional sound wrestlers. He's been here for quite a while. Seems that often happens. You have families lead through year after year.
Great job by Jones.
Wow,
He gets the reversal, and back points. Wow. Great job by Joseph Jones. Goes from down 2-1 to up 6-2. And he had a 2-minute ride in period 2, so you got to feel, if you're a Ross fan,
on top.
Got to feel pretty good. Well, he really seems like a good athlete. Good body control, good explosion.
Here it is. Here it comes again. Here it comes again. Comes up, hits that little snap down and step. That's really a very fundamental move too. That's one of those. That's one of those beginning. That's one of those beginning. One of those beginning moves, and that just goes to show you there. You don't have to have anything fancy. Just do the basics and do them right. There's Sams comes to his feet. Sam's going to have to go on the attack now to catch up. He's fighting out of a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, he'll need 2 takedowns just to tie it, so he's going to need a takedown and some back points probably. He's going to have to take him down and turn him, or take him down twice. So
there, Jones made a kind of an error there. He stepped back and then stepped forward. And when he stepped forward, Sams was waiting. didn't end up giving it away, but he could have.
Sams tried a little head and arm there, almost got it, but Jones just rolled right through with it.
Out the door. Nice knee snatch. And there comes Sams over the top. Joe Jones got wonderful body presence. He stepped over that. He's coming back. He got a pin. Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive. Wow.
That's what I said. Wow.
Wow. Number 2, pins number 1.
That was impressive.
Wow. Woo, wow.
He might have an OW behind his name too.
That's what I just did again. Clearly, that's a clear pin. Whoopie-doo.
Well,
we'll take a couple more of those.
Just beat.
We can have that's a great win, and from the standpoint of his status when it comes to seeds later on, that's going to be a big factor in getting the good seeds in the sectional.
Wow. All right.
152 pounds.
I have Kevin Cooper, a senior out of Simon Kenton. He has been second in the state as a freshman, first as a sophomore, and first as a junior. So you got 2-time state champion.
3-time finalist.
3-time finalist. 68-0 last year. And had a great semifinal match going to overtime with A.J. Kowalda.
Yes, he did. That was a pretty dominating match, I thought. His opponent's the number 2 seed in the weight. This is Latrell Davis. He's from Middletown. He's 9-0 this season. He's wearing the red anklet. He has the purple and white, while Simon Kenton is in blue and white. So the distinction may be difficult to pick out. Oh, I see that the middies have the outline of the state on their uniform. I want to thank all the coaches out there that have come up with such really great uniform designs that you can actually tell who they're from, where they're from. Simon Kenton's SK on the side. I like that. That's got a lot going for it. Middletown Middies.
I think they go back to back. I think they're in the finals at 60 also,
I think
right?
you're right.
With Glopke.
Yep. Well, that happens. We've seen that happen more than once, haven't we? Practice partners.
Absolutely.
The harder you get pushed, the tougher you get.
90-minute time.
Boy, Cooper's doing a great job of just
Cooper
staying on
is
his head.
aggressive, isn't he?
Banging on his head,
Cooper
keeping his
is
head
aggressive,
down.
boy, I'll tell you. Oh,
He gave him 2.
wait a minute. Whoa.
I think we might have a referee discussion because I did not see that.
I didn't see that.
We're going to
one.
see it here on
see it here.
replay. He gets pushed out of
Pushes him
bounds, and I
out.
think he might get a little lazy
His
here.
toes are, no,
Yeah.
his hips are.
His
well,
knees
toes
hit,
are-
but he's only got one leg. I
right, I don't see that.
think they waved it off. That's a good call. He only had one leg. There was not even close to being a takedown there. Watch how Cooper just stays on his
Why
head.
don't they just let us call the match?
That's right. That's why they have 2 referees.
That's right. And once again, Steve Long is out there this time as the secondary referee. I don't know the gentleman that's the lead ref in this. It's one of the things that happens in this tournament too. The younger, less experienced referees get mixed in with experienced referees, and it helps. You know, they learn all the time, just like the wrestlers are learning. The referees are learning also. And the first time a referee stops learning, that's when they need to quit.
Absolutely.
I know.
All right, we'll go
Davis
in period
has-
2, 0-0.
Yeah, Davis won the toss and chose down also.
I was trying to feel it from the tattoo.
Nice stand up real quick.
Good explosion to the feet.
And he'll get the
And
one out
Frank
of it.
Gets one.
Boy, Cooper comes at you, doesn't he? He won't
Cooper's
quit.
coming at you, man. He's on a mission.
Davis looks like pretty good shape, though. He doesn't look winded. He's staying right with him. He's in deep. Good action there, but no points. Great job. Great job by snapping him down, then shooting off the snap, getting his head down.
Cooper has signed to go to Chattanooga to wrestle, I see there on his information sheet.
Moccasins, aren't they? I think that's what they are.
Moccasins?
Tennessee,
Water
Chattanooga.
moccasins?
Yeah. I think that's
It
their
must be
nickname.
water moccasins. You wouldn't want to be a shoe.
Actually have a friend of mine, grew up with Rush Eastman, that's the head football coach there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Graduated from Moeller with him.
Boy,
Went to St.
if we had-
Columban and everything.
If we had Greg Klein here, you guys could spend the whole day talking about all the people you know around. Again,
Good shot there by
yeah,
Davis.
Davis is in, but Cooper's got that crossface. It just works out on you.
And Cooper's got some fight in him, doesn't he? But great move. 30 seconds, second period. Davis with a 1-0 lead, but Cooper with his choice come period 3, so pretty quickly it'll probably be 1-1. First takedown's gonna win this, Dave.
Yeah.
No time. Cooper's choice. He's going down.
Well, I'd say one thing, Latrell Davis is one fine wrestler. I mean, he just he's met every one of Cooper's attacks and
Sure
weathered the
has.
storm and has been in there giving it back to him consistently. It's a hell of a match. Excuse me, a great match. And we are tied.
There we go. I
We
think
should
first
be tied.
takedown wins it. Wrestling right on the edge of the mat here.
Both of these guys are really strong.
There's no quitting either of them. Both of them are going at it the whole match here.
And they know, and
Lot of action.
they both know where they are on the mat. You know, Davis just made a great turn inside and attacked right away. Cooper knew where to get to escape. These two are they're in the zone. They're really there.
Good defensive wrestlers. Neither can get inside on each other, so. Took his mouthpiece out, got a good little wind, and back in.
Don't look at the coach. He just looked at the coach. Don't look at the coach.
We're down to 25 here, Dave.
The coach isn't going to take you down, but that guy over there with that SK on, he may.
Could be our first look at overtime. 13 seconds as they go out. All right, we're going to go overtime here, I think, Dave. We got 8 seconds left. I think they're both ready for it. All right, here we go. Oh, we got some blood time. We're going to give them a little break here, rest-wise.
I think they both will take the extra breath. Yeah, we've got Latrell Davis started out with a pin, then he followed that up with a technical fall, a 7-4 decision in the quarterfinals over Wyatt Wilson of Moeller, and an 11-2 decision over Austin Seaman of Deer Park to get here to the finals. And
boy, Dave, Austin Seaman came up as a Loveland junior high kid.
Yeah,
he would have helped him if he'd have stayed in Loveland. All right, here we go. 1 minute, first period overtime. Takedown will win it.
Ooh, Cooper got really stretched out.
Yeah, that was more of a dive than a shot there, but he's in pretty good now.
Yeah.
He's got the ankle. Ooh. Pretty exciting match.
Cooper comes through with a tech fall, a pin in 4:27, a major decision, and a 3-1 decision over AJ Kowal.
Yeah, that was the overtime match.
That was a good match. He got back-to-back OTs.
This is a 1 versus a 2. Just like they drew it up.
Actually, Kowal had him going there in that match.
Kowal almost had the takedown about 10 seconds left.
Yes, he did. I don't know.
Great shot. He walked right into it. See if he can finish it. 2 seconds left.
Not yet.
Great job. Boy, no quitting in Cooper. Go to period number 5.
That's close.
More blood time. I think they could both use it.
Yeah.
Pretty good match for 1-1. Very little scoring. Been a lot of action.
And yeah, it's been an action-packed match. It's gone consistently throughout. They started at Cooper's pace dropped off a little from that first period, but I can't imagine anybody maintaining that initial pace very long.
All right, he's cleaned up, ready to go. Cooper will start in down position in second period and overtime.
30 seconds. There's a little bit of a Granby attempt, and out for one.
They continue to wrestle, though.
Right. You don't score in that first period. If you do score in the first period, then everybody goes home.
Boy.
You got 6 seconds.
Okay, now it'll be Davis's turn
to get
in
out.
Bottom position. If he doesn't, Cooper gets the win.
Winner. All comes down to what you do in the next 30 seconds. And we have a caution.
Boy, Davis did get out pretty easy last time. He was up pretty quick, so.
Yeah. He leans. He was leaning on that one pretty much.
Well, he's waiting for the whistle.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I think what you got here, you got a situation where a lot of refs, as soon as that hand's hit, they're blowing the whistle.
Yeah.
This guy here
is delaying.
He's not.
That's right.
Doing what most refs do.
It was green.
He
caution,
still got
actually.
up fast.
I thought that was a green caution.
Great job by Cooper here. You know, his experience.
Crab ride. 2-on-1, hook the toes.
Staying right on the edge. He's got 2-on-1. Just keeping him in bounds. Really nice job of wrestling there. And as soon as he's in any trouble, he's right by the edge. He'll just come on out of bounds. Really nice. All right, Davis will have 7.6 seconds left. Now, he is quick off the whistle, so if Cooper blocks the first move, I think it's over. Davis is to his feet. Can he get the one?
Nope.
Cooper does a great job just taking him out of bounds. Time will run out. Cooper gets a 2-1 overtime victory.
I'll tell you what, Cooper's an impressive guy. There's a third mark in my book. Now we're going to have to figure out who.
At 160 pounds.
All right, Dave. Let's move on up to 160. What do you think? I'm going to take Jacob Glopke, another Middletown guy, senior, 8th in the state last year, 2nd in districts, 9-1 so far, 2nd place at the Franklin Invitational.
And his opponent is a junior from St. Xavier. This is Joe Hyup. He's 11-0 this year. He's the #1 seed in the weight class. Last year he was 6th in the state. He qualified to the state as a freshman. So this is a guy who has been there again and again and again. And it's interesting, he puts down, we ask guys about who their heroes are. This is the first time this one's come up. Captain America and John Paul II, because they're models of morality and a modern age. Now that has to be a St. X kid, right?
That's exactly right.
That's great. I'm glad to see somebody, and he's a 4-point history major. Now that's the kind of a guy I like. Let's go Joe Hyup. Kick his butt. He's in the solid, pretty much solid black with blue or dark blue with a big X.
He's got his hands full here, and as solid as Joe is, Klopke's a solid wrestler. He's been around, has plenty of experience.
And Kopke is strong. Man, he is stuck together. He's one of those short, bulky wrestlers that trying to move him is, it's like, I don't know, he's trying to move bags of wheat or something. I grew up on a farm, and those were the worst. Those full feed bags, 112 pounds, and they were terrible to move. But Hyup had, you said it before when we were watching his semifinal match, he's the kind of a kid that he's a great top wrestler.
Yeah, he's a smart, intelligent kid. You can see it in him. He last year he wrestled with Dakota Sizemore all year in the same weight. Now this year I'll have to battle Dean Meyer every tournament.
Yeah.
So he had a great match with Meyer, went overtime.
Yeah. Caught him and pinned him in OT.
Standing cradle.
Yep. We were talking about shades of Wade Chalice on that one. Yeah.
That's right.
Hayab had a technical fall, a 10-0 major decision over Jake Connors of Elder, and then a pin in the first period of OT.
And Glopke coming out of the 2 seed had a pin, a 4-0 win over Mason, and then a 13-2 win over a kid from Harrison, and a 3-2 match against Dylan Loeffler from Fairfield. So he's had a couple tough matches here.
Now the sound you hear, remember we've got 2 other matches going at the same time, and up on I don't know what weight that big pin that took place over there on the other mat.
James Caniglia just pinned Dean Meyer.
Caniglia beat Meyer?
I think so. And I think Meyer had beaten him earlier in the tournament. Glopke over here doing a good job riding legs.
You know what's beginning to make me feel like I'm getting old is that so many of the wrestlers out here, I look around and I see their dads are guys that wrestled either for me or for someone else, and that my kids wrestled. And
actually, Dave, I think it's their granddads, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes, as a matter of fact.
It's getting there, isn't it?
Yeah, Ron Lebker, as a matter of fact, comes to mind.
Exactly.
The Lebkers, good Lord. He's probably got great-grandsons wrestling now.
Been a great ride, though, isn't it? Following the sport and just how hard these kids work at it.
Yeah, well, you were with us at lunch when there were some old times being relived.
Mr. Root.
Some of the things that happened in the old days.
All right, we're down to the last 30 seconds, period 2. Tied at 2. Glopke will have the choice come period 3. Action slowed down a little bit.
Yes.
Pretty fast and furious.
Yes, I was going to say it really has. Their pace has changed.
Oh, nice shot. Oh,
Hayab he's deceptively strong, isn't he?
He is.
He doesn't have the bulky arms or things like that. But you watch him, he gets in awkward positions, but he's able to muscle his way out of it. So, yeah, I never thought of him as being real. Never thought of him as being a power wrestler, but I see him doing things that are like that.
Hayab's a pretty good top wrestler. I think he's really comfortable wrestling from here. So we'll see how long he rides. If he just tries to get the turn, or if he's going to eventually let him go.
Oh boy, he really snaps that.
Yeah, he's
that leg across, doesn't he?
Great top man. There he is. It's a little guillotine.
Glopke better learn to avoid this if he survives this one.
I don't think the ref's going to let it go.
You can't take it that way. You got to go through the other way with it in order to get away with it.
Glopke just kept his chest on the mat.
You may want to just create a little bit of legal pain on him, make him think about it, but you want to be going the other way to make that score.
Joe's doing a great job on top. Here's
Glopke does a great job of coming almost to his feet.
Got the first minute has gone by with Joe riding, so could be the strategy here to ride him out and keep it tied at 2. I think if they were going to kick him, they'd have done it way earlier. So I think they'll try to ride him here.
Foot. Oh, there he puts the leg in.
Oh, he's trying to get the cradle in.
Look at the near cradle. Oh, he's
He
waiting
does that
for
on the mat,
I
he'd
think
gotten
he
back
was waiting
points.
for that. Oh, but Blocky comes through.
I think Joe was trying to pull him back on the mat and just didn't have the position to do that. He probably would have been better off just taking him out of bounds, because he's going to give up 2 here, I think. At least 1. Yep, there's the 1. So now he gets his point with 14 seconds, right where Glopke wants to be here. 14 seconds and he'll take the title. All he's got to do is run and hide a little bit. He's got no warnings yet on stalling, so he'll stay as far away as you can find him. Good job there.
That was a very, very well orchestrated match. That was the strategies were well.
Yeah, I think Joe tried to just keep him in bounds and take him to his back. It might have been better served just go ahead and run him out of bounds. But
yeah.
All right, 160's in the books, Dave.
And we're up to 170 pounds. The number 1 seed at this weight is a junior from Moeller. This is Dakota Sizemore. He was a state qualifier as a freshman. He took 3rd last year at the Ohio State Championships, and he's out here. His record this year is 5-1. I guess he lost that matchup there. Came out of the football season too early.
Yeah, I went to the football game, and he's one of Moeller's leading tacklers. Had 4.5 tackles on the game, but he's got Nick Corba out of Beaver Creek, a senior, who was 4th in the state as a sophomore. Qualified last year, 2nd out of districts. You know, coming in, Dave, I would have thought this probably would have been the match of the night.
You were talking about Corba and
Weber.
Yeah, Weber
was another great match.
Yeah.
Semifinal. So the seeding helped with Dakota get away from both of them there. So
yeah.
Dakota's a really good athlete. He started on the football team, outside linebacker. So two good wrestlers here. They both have a lot of time on the mat.
Well, let's see. Dakota comes here to the finals. He had a 2-minute, 23-second pin in his first match. Minute 43 his second. A minute 11 his third, and a tech fall in the semifinals over Lane Jones of Walton Verona. That's pretty fair.
I think they're both just trying to feel each other out a little bit here. No wild shots or anything, but tell they've been experienced at this.
Corba had a 22-second pin in his first match, a 21-5 tech fall in his second, a 109 pin in the third, and a 6-3 decision over Michael Weber of Loveland in the semifinals.
We're going to go, I think. Great job by Corba there.
Nice single. Boy,
gets a takedown with only 5 seconds on the clock. That hurts.
That high knee single, boy, that high, that above the knee, and he's strong enough to make it count. And we go to the second period.
All right. Sizemore's choice, he'll defer. Corba will probably take down. Sizemore's more of a wrestles more from his feet, so.
I don't recognize. I don't know either of these referees.
I was thinking the same thing. I've
never
even seen them.
No, I never have either. And they're not in the program because I looked. They must be out of Dayton or something. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm not familiar with him. You know, it's an interesting thing. We notice referees just because we've seen them so long and over so much time, and coaches learn to what different referees accept as stalling or where they're going to make their warnings or make their stalemate calls. And when you all at once you run up against a referee you don't recognize, you don't know what to expect from him. And it's really a three-person event out there on the mat. Although the referee doesn't get, he shouldn't be noticed, he plays such a vital role in it.
Still 3-0. Corba with the lead.
Beaver Creek, there's Gary Wise, who's the president of the Ohio High School Wrestling Coaches Association. And has been, oh boy, there was a headshot. Did you say Corba was fourth last year?
Fourth as a sophomore and just a qualifier last year.
Huh. I was going to say maybe that explains why this is not a real friendly match here. Neither one of them, I don't think, is going to invite the other guy on a double date.
You know, Corba's just wrestling a pretty controlled match. Like, he knows where he's at all times. He knows what the score is at all times. All right, Dakota Sizemore's going to find himself down 3-0, but he'll be in the bottom position, so he'll have a chance to 1 and 2 just to tie it up. So he's got a long way to go. There's the one. Corba gives him the one.
3-1. This is 170 pounds. This is the SWOWCA Glen Sample Holiday Classic here at Harrison High School.
Corba's doing a great job getting an underhook in and then fighting for a far knee pick.
Just as a mild reminder, Moeller leads in the team event at 226 points. Loveland 186, Fairfield 150, Mason 138, Ross 131, Simon Kenton 127, Elder has 108, Mount Vernon is 107. And then we go down from there for another 31 teams.
All right, down to 1 minute even, Dave. Still 3-1. Corba out of Beaver Creek with the lead. Good shot by Sizemore. You know, Corba's just been around too long. He knows what's coming.
He's got a lot of talent. And really, you know, Sizemore and several of the guys on the Moeller team are just coming off the football season, and they're not fully back to wrestling yet. They'll probably improve. Hopefully, they just get better as the season wears on. That was a great accomplishment for Moeller to win the state title in football. That was nice.
Yeah.
We even heard about that up in Michigan.
Yeah, we went to the game. My wife and son and I went to the game. And,
oh, did you?
It was a great game. But it doesn't translate well for the football players coming into a Ironman the next week. And,
no.
You know, 2 weeks or 4 days to get ready for the Ironman. That's a tough task.
Yep. I mean, you're still waiting for people to throw flags and stuff at that stage. Yeah, I wish we're going to have to do something to find out who the referees are that are working now, because I don't know them. Oh yeah, we've there's your team scores been posted from the truck. We can't read them. Our monitor doesn't let us actually see things. We get a ghost image up here because we're using some fancy new cable. I don't know. I think we got a candle in there, frankly. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, we're back to action. We're down to 12 seconds here. Nick Corba of Beaver Creek looks like he's going to pull off this victory.
Down to 1.4 seconds. Corba's going to win 3-1, 170-pound weight class. These two might run into each other again, Dave.
Oh,
I have a funny feeling.
You really think so?
I think they just might.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're exactly right.
Meaningless 1 point for stalling there, so Corba will win it 3-2. Good job by him. Wrestled a nice match. Really matter where he is, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Corba was second in this tournament last year at 160 pounds. And
I'm trying to remember last year who he wrestled in the finals.
He did not. Yeah, he did. He won it at 152.
Yeah.
So, we're up the weight class now. Who we got
182 pounds. Got a Loveland versus Moeller, 1 versus 2 team standing wise. I've got Gunnar Lay out of Loveland, my hometown, watching Gunnar wrestle and play football since he was in the 2nd grade. So he is coming in at 8-0, wrestling for Coach Chris Schweitzer.
Boy, what a great job Coach Schweitzer's done.
7th in the state as a freshman, didn't go last year. But he's been a great wrestler for quite a while.
That recognition that what I just mentioned about Coach Schweitzer is recognized by the coaches too, because he was named outstanding coach of last season. His Lay's opponent is Quentin Rosser of Moeller. He's 5-2 on the season. I presume also probably another Moeller football player.
He is. He's a linebacker.
Last year he was he did qualify to state. He was a 4th place finisher in the district.
Quentin and Gunnar, I think, wrestled a couple times last year. Might even do split matches. Quentin's a guy that just comes at you. He doesn't stop. And Gunnar's just a solid athlete.
And very, very powerful.
Very strong.
He's got really wonderful, powerful lower body. I mean, he's shorter than Rosser, and the coaches over here are trying to get Rosser to really jerk the leg when he gets Gunnar's leg, really jerk it high, because Rosser's got so much of a height advantage.
Right. Gunnar wrestled 189 as a freshman, so 182 was a great weight class adjustment for him.
Yeah. Well, last year, Gunnar, as a sophomore, won this tournament.
He's in good shape here, but he's only got 7 seconds left to work here.
And good hip sprawl.
Good job by both guys there. So we'll finish 0-0 after 1.
An abrasion in the face.
I don't know if it's a cut so much. It's just constant rubbing from each other's heads. So I don't know that he's really cut. Okay, blood's cleaned up.
These are the number 1 and number 2 teams in the tournament.
Rosser came out of the 4 seed, Dave, and beat the 1 seed from Simon Kenton in the semis. And Gunnar came out of the 2 seed here and beat Tommy Danis from Mason, the 3 seed. So
yeah, Hero Chambly of Simon Kenton went down to defeat to Quentin Rosser in the semifinals. He had
6-4.
2 decisions and a fall on the way to the championship.
Rosser gets the 1, takes a 1-0 lead.
Gunnar Lay is here in the finals with 2 pins and a 6-4 decision in the semifinals over Tommy Dane of
Danis, yeah.
Of Mason.
Gunnar Lay does a really nice job of staying on your head. Great little shuck by right there. Rosser's in trouble here.
And he rolls through it, but he didn't get
Gets
all the
the
way
2.
through. Gets the 2.
See if Lay can ride him out here. It'd be a really good
nice
ride
leg
for
pick
him.
out. That was a nice leg pick out. Lay putting that leg in. Rosser picked it right out of there, picked it up at the shin bone and
Big
popped
point
it
in
out.
the match here, Dave. Again, you go back to that 1 point. Rosser's on bottom. If he gets the 1, it helps him out come period 3. But if Lay can ride him out, it puts him in great shape.
Yes.
It's a big time in the match right here. And if Gunnar can ride him out, then Quentin would need 2 takedowns in period 3. So Rosser gets the 1. All right, down to the best 5 seconds, so I think both guys will be content to go in 2-2. It's going to be Gunnar Lay's choice. Sure, he'll go on the bottom. Going to come down to another takedown in the 3rd period, Dave. Rosser puts him on his feet right away, 3-2.
These 2 guys are going to know one another very well over the course of their high school careers.
Again, you see a good job by Gunnar Lay to get heavy on the head. Rosser's wrestling with his head down a little bit, because of Gunnar. So just kids don't understand how much that wears you out when you're always banging on their head. You know.
It takes away so much of what you want to do offensively.
It just wears you out.
Yeah, we've got a dog that is a very powerful animal, and he just was wearing me out. And we finally bought him a different collar. It's a thing that kind of fits over his snout and his ears and one thing and the other. It's called an Easy Lead. And I tell you what, that dog that used to wear my butt out on our walks, he's a lamb. Because if I give a little tug on that thing, his head takes him where I want him to go. And the same thing is true out here. There we got a
Still 3-2 Gunnar Lay. Down to the final 30 seconds here. Gunnar's hard to score on. You can see he's blocking him off well. He's doing the action, tying him up here.
But, he's not blocking off by putting the forehead on the shoulder.
Right.
Like we've seen that so much, and we don't see it. Maybe we see it in a couple of the upper weights. I don't know. We'll have
Down
to
to
wait
the final 7. Looks like Gunnar Lay's going to win the title here. It's a little too late.
in, yeah.
Gunnar wins it. Gunnar Lay. 3-2 victory over Quentin Rosser.
Yeah, that was
Okay, Dave, let's go up to 195. I'm going to take Tigray Scales. Great Coleraine linebacker. 11th grader this year.
God, he's only, yeah, that's true.
Only 11th grader.
Yeah.
4th in the state last year. Solid, great athlete. Who's he got?
He's got a wrestler from Mount Vernon, a junior, who's 9-0. This is Matt Lieberger. Matt was he qualified to the state last year, did not place. He was a state alternate in his freshman year, and this year he won the Wazi Classic, which is a big event up in Columbus area.
You know, one of the Moeller coaches behind us, Jermaine Lindsay, wrestled a Lieberger for state finals from Mount Vernon. So I'm wondering if that's brother, cousin, something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
From Coleraine, Tigray Scales, facing Mount Vernon, Matthew Weinberger. Coach, we still need some guys returning their outstanding wrestler ballot. Please turn in your outstanding wrestler ballot.
Well, Matthew Lieberger had a pin in the first, in his first match, a pin in the second match, had a 15-7 major decision in the quarterfinals over Matt Algor of Mason, and an 8-3 victor over Tyler Bridwell of Ross in the semifinals. That was a really good match. That wasn't decided until right at the end.
Scales he didn't just walk through here. He won a major in the first round and a pin in the second, but then 2-1 victory over Austin Rowan from Glen Estee, and a 7-5 victory over Stephen Ludwig of Fairfield. So he had his work to do.
And that Fairfield match was really close.
And I watched the Moeller Coleraine game, and Scales was a linebacker just all over the field.
Yeah.
So another great football player out of Coleraine.
He's got great balance. Scales has got great balance. He's I think that's one of the things that's always fascinated me about him is his balance.
There's his escape. We got 1-0. Just starting the second.
It's hard to understand it. Seems like Tigray's been around. Well, you know what it is. I guess it's because everybody remembers his cousin watching.
The two-time state champion.
Yeah, and you just keep thinking, oh God, he's only a junior. Now we're beginning to get guys that actually make the floor move a little bit here.
You feel it rumble.
Notice that? Yeah.
I didn't want to wait.
Yeah, last year, Lieberger was second to Gunnar Lay at 182 pounds, and Tigray was fifth in that weight class. And so they both have moved up a weight. "35 seconds left in the second period. Which Scales would love to get him lifted, wouldn't he?
A little interference from the mat next door.
You guys keep your mat. We'll keep ours. That's the end of 2.
Linebarger will take the bottom.
1-0 lead with Tigre Scales in the lead. Linebarger on the bottom. And it's going to come down to a takedown.
First takedown wins.
Here we go. What are we doing here?
I think the ref's saying, boys, somebody's got to take a shot.
Yeah, we need to have somebody actually become offensive.
He's already hit them both for stalling.
Yep.
He did a double warning there.
Well, they're both upper body wrestlers,
Right.
and they, and as a result, they're blocking off. Linebarger can block with that head about as well as anybody, and Scales is skilled at it too.
You know, as a coach, I don't really want the referee telling my kid to take a shot.
Linebarger kept the block going, gave up a point. Ooh. Almost picked that slide by.
Scales showed a little quickness there, didn't he? Scales is blocking with his head there, so you might see a little payback. There, he's good though. He's aggressive there.
No, doesn't count.
Scales knew right where he was. Just threw him out of bounds. Down to our last 30 seconds.
Linebarger plants on that left lead foot again and again and again. I'm surprised that Scales hasn't just dropped down and taken the ankle away from him, because it's there.
I'll tell you what, Linebarger takes a couple more shots and they'll tie it back up.
Yeah, you're right.
But he stays upper body like this. You know, he just needs to take a couple shots and he'll get the call, but there it is.
There it is.
You see that coming. I don't think a referee really wants to be out there giving it a victory on a stalling call, you know.
Right.
So
okay, well, here
first
we go.
takedown wins.
Somebody threw somebody over here on the other mat. Well, you know, we kind of thought that Scales was going to be our next, dominant person in these upper weights. At least I kind of had that feeling. But he's coming back from football too, and
true.
Linebarger, I'm sure, is a football player, and they just don't look sharp yet. They don't look sharp yet.
6 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh.
All right, so we go to period 5. Scales will be on top. Try to ride him for his 30 seconds. Stay right on the edge where he could have maybe killed another couple seconds on the edge there.
Well, Tim, so far you've seen a lot more, probably more wrestling this year than I have. What's your impression of things in this season. Oh,
he's not giving two there, Dave?
wait a
On
minute.
him out of bounds?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He gave,
Wow.
very strange.
What happened there? That was okay, so Scales was on top to begin with, so there's no
Yeah.
change there.
I don't know. He gave him a point for running or fleeing.
That's what it was. Scales was on top, and that wasn't a takedown. He was just still on top. So right there, the situation where the Tau kid missed the ref with the first swipe. So we're 3-2 here. All right, I'm a little confused. I thought they were on their feet, and I thought Scales had that takedown.
Scales came over here and picked him up and got a point when he took him off the mat. And I guess they were saying that Liebarger wasn't working, that he was hit for stall. I couldn't
Scales,
figure out
all
what
he
it
has to do
was.
is stay off his back, and it's over.
You know, Scales just hit that little roll. If he can pick up the arm.
Down to 13 seconds here. That's two.
That's two. And back points. You know, though, come to think about it, at the state tournament, I seem to remember that Scales wrestled the last 45 seconds better than he did any other time of
Well,
the
he
match.
just made it 7-3.
Yeah.
Scales gets a victory. 195, 7-3. Good job there. T-Grade Scales champion.
What did we do with
195.
our? What did we do with our ballot? There it is.
Hasn't left there.
We
All
still
right,
don't- we
let's
don't
go
have
to
any-
220, where we have
220. Wait a minute. That's 170. I don't want that one. Ah, okay. The number one seed from Moeller. He's 4-0, 4-1, I guess. Chalmer Fruhoff. He's a junior. He was fourth in the state, both as a freshman and a sophomore. And when we asked him about other tournament placements, we were football state champions. I love it.
He's got Frank Heimkreider out of Ross, come as a 2 seed. So this is a 1 versus a 2. Frank is 11-1 so far this year. Been in 6th in the districts last year, so just missed going to state. Wrestling for Coach Dunn out of Ross High School.
He's a tall, lanky kid, too. Boy, I'll tell you what.
That's going to be 2 for Fruhoff.
Fruhoff has 4 pins at this point of the tournament. 45 seconds, 250, 222, and 310.
He was a
Pinned,
starter on the
Austin-
defensive line for Moeller's team.
Austin
Football team.
pinned Austin Morris of Mason in the semifinals.
Well, Heimkreider out of Ross had a pin, a 5-1 win, and another pin. So he's 3 pins and a 5-1 victory. So he's not really been tested either. He's in tight. He's going to get 2 here. Good job of Fruhoff.
Fruhoff's countering out, and wow, that's impressive.
A little funk wrestling right there for a big 220
Yes,
guy.
sir. You're not surprised to see that stuff happen when they're at 145
Yeah.
pounds, but
220s?
you.
Little
That is very impressive.
125 college guys there. Fruhov with a 4-1 lead, about 45 seconds left in the period, first period. Oh, he's giving him back points already.
It's Terry
Schinkel, right?
Schinkel.
Yeah.
And Terry will give points pretty quick, and he also, I think, has a tendency to really let you drive stuff. And he was a competitor on the mat.
He was tough, wasn't he?
Whoa. I never wanted to even get near him when he was competing.
Him and the Steiner brothers, right?
Oh,
three of them back to back
yes.
to back.
Oh,
Boy,
yeah.
they were tough.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, second period here, Dave. Fruhoff will be on the bottom with a full 7-1 lead.
And that's a deceptive 7-1. I kind of with you. I was surprised about the back points that were scored over there, but at the same time, Heimkreiter had the chance to finish that off and didn't. Now, here's where experience and stage of competitive experience plays a big role, I think. And
Me too. Reversal. 9-1.
Fruhoff's just got more experience.
He does. He's been wrestling forever.
Yep. And he's been wrestling guys every bit as good here as Heimkreiter on a weekly basis. Strength of schedule plays a role in everything. It's like strength of practice partners. You know, the age-old thing. If you don't have somebody tough in practice, you're going to have it really hard on the mat. But Coach Dunn keeps turning them out over there at Ross.
Does a great job, doesn't he?
Oh, what and a really classy person as an individual. You know, he never gets really very upset. It's interesting. The great coaches I know around are all kind of that way. It's probably the big thing that separates greatness from just being loud. These guys, you know, Jeff Geyer rarely gets upset. Rich Dunn rarely gets upset. Ron the Sonic, you don't see Ron get upset very often. Used to, not too much anymore. Boy, he's got that
got
tight.
him pretty tight here.
That's tight.
Not much time to work with.
That's tight. Okay.
Looking at our outstanding wrestlers here, trying to make our decisions, huh? Okay, 220's done. Last bout of the night, we go to heavyweights, David. I'm going to give you this guy because I can't say his last name. I'm going to go with Amir Daniels out of Northwest.
Okay.
10-0 at this point. Wrestles for Coach Nicholas Maffey.
Yeah.
He's a senior.
See? That's it. Give me the tough ones.
He was 8th in the state last year. And remember him coming on at the end of the year doing great. So who's he got, Dave?
The #1 seed in the tournament from Harrison, Truman Guptefeld. He's a senior, He's 13-0 this year. He did not qualify to state last year. For some reason, I thought he did. I see that he does have, however, he's got a full scholarship to Boston College for football.
Really?
Yeah. That's pretty fair. His 3.5 GPA probably has a lot to do with that.
I wonder what position he is. Offensive lineman or a linebacker?
285, maybe an offensive lineman.
He doesn't look 285 though, does he?
He looks lighter than that.
He looks 250-ish.
Yeah.
Probably see him stay at heavy all year though, if he's going to play football.
I don't think he's going. Yeah, I don't think you'll see him go to 220. This is an interesting matchup. Amir Daniels of Northwest looks really small, you know, by comparison. Guptafeld is a big, tall, rangy kid, and Daniels is short and doesn't look like he's as heavy. But I saw him wrestle a couple times, and the kid's extremely quick, and that probably has his forte. He's got 3 pins coming in here, and he had a 6-5 decision over Gavin Peacock of Ross in the semifinals. But I saw that, and that was a really close, very close match.
106, 113, 120, 126. Please make your way down to where
Goodefeld is, he's got 2 pins and a 7-1 decision over Jacob Burton of Lakota East in the semifinals. So
another one
here
versus
pretty
2.
good.
Yeah.
Those
are sure some socks he's got on. But go with those shoes. Holy mackerel.
Go out of bounds, 20 seconds left, first period. No score. Dave, looks like we're going to end like we started. Moeller 1, Loveland 2, Fairfield 3, Mason 4, and Ross 5. Be your top 5.
Yeah, we'll try and do a. We'll try and get 4 or 5. Ross 5. Simon Kenton, Elder, Mount Vernon, Sycamore, Kettering, Fairmont, St. X, Middletown, Lakota East, Beaver Creek, Ryle, Coleraine, Harrison, Glen Estee, Walton, Verona, Lakota West, Edgewood. Wow, that's unusual. Edgewood not placing anybody. Princeton, Lebanon, Bethel Tate, New Richmond, LaSalle, Hamilton, Deer Park, Amelia, Oak Hills, Reading, Northwest, Anderson, Madeira, Turpin, Kings, Milford, Withrow. That's my alma mater. Yours was up there in the thick of it. Mine has gone home.
I'm a Moeller guy from Loveland. 1-2, not bad, huh?
Western Hills, and Talawanda, and Goshen to round out the 41-team tournament.
Any coach is still holding on to outstanding wrestler bouts. Please bring them to the head table right now if you could.
If you're just catching the tail end of this cable cast, remember that you can get this on demand. Go to waycross.tv and you'll be able to pull this in on demand, which is a really nice feature. Goodefeld is really working to turn here, but Daniels has been fighting it off pretty well. Goodefeld is a big, long wrestler. You'd think he'd be able to use the cradles very effectively. But Daniels has got warned for stalling right now. No. Yeah. That's.
Yeah, the bottom guy, because they'd have stopped it if it was the top guy.
Yeah.
Tricep, go get it. Push it forward. Push the elbow forward to your right hand.
Daniels isn't having the chance to use any of his quickness. He's looking to roll. You're not going to roll that body. I don't think.
I mean, a good job by Truman to do the 2-minute ride here, so sure he'll take bottom position. Now he's calling top guy for stalling there. So they've both been hit once.
Well, as always, we want to let the folks out there know that if you are interested in television and what goes on to make things like this happen, we're always looking for volunteers at Waycross Community Media. Check it out. If you're interested in lending a hand, call 825-2429. Waycross Community Media. You can find it, of course, at www.waycross.tv as well. And we want to let you know also that a week from today, well, I don't know what it'll be in terms of cable cast, but we're going to be covering a quad at Coleraine that should be interesting. We are going to be trying to see some, well, we'll see a couple Coleraine matches this year, as a matter of fact. We're going to have a quad and then later on a dual meet as well, in getting preparation for the state dual meet finals. And then, of course, as we have done for the last 22 years, we'll be in Columbus at the Value City Arena at the Schottenstein Center for the Ohio High School Individual Championships. It's February and March are really filled with great tournament action, and between now and then we'll be bringing you dual meets and quad meets and things here at the local level. Amir Daniels, Northwest, is part of our home base operation.
Okay, there we get a warning, or a second warning, so 2-0 Harrison. So now Amir's really in trouble. He's got to get a takedown just to tie
Amir's got
it.
to. He can't continue to back out. He's got to get in and do something constructive here. Uh-oh, he's going to get taken down. No, he didn't. Thank you for the referee that just saved our life. Big bodies flying at us.
I think Truman's just been around a little too long, Dave, to give up a takedown here in the last 30 seconds.
I agree with you. Amir Daniels has done a remarkable job to get here to the finals, but I don't think that he's got the stuff
I think he's pretty winded right now.
Yeah.
Truman, nice little job, just dig in an underhook.
Who have you seen, Tim Cunningham? Who have you seen that you think is pretty much of a predictable representative in Columbus?
I think there's a lot that'll be there. Boy, looking at one that could be a state champ, though. Oh, he's going to get it. That's going to be 2. Oh, but not enough. 3-2. Yeah, there's some nice wrestlers here, Dave, you know. But
yeah, I don't know what we're going to put up on the podium at the end.
But,
you know,
maybe a Chalmer Fruhoff at 220s right there in the mix. But boy, I like that Dakota Riley at 113.
True.
He looked
that's a good
really
one.
solid.
Yep.
But boy, State it's a different animal up there.
Yeah, when you have people you think are going to make it, then they get there and they kind of just don't live up to what their expectations are. Well, there's Tim Cunningham sitting here reading a book. It was a good afternoon. There was some good wrestling. had a nice finals. We're going to be coming to you from Coleraine with a quad. I want to thank you folks for watching. If you want to help out, give Waycross a call, 825-2429. Or if you want to catch this show on demand, go to www.waycross.tv. So long, folks.
See you, Dave.
Take care, Tim.
Copies of this program are available for $20 each. Send program title along with your address and check or money order to Waycross Community Media. Attention Dub Coordinator, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio 45240. Or buy securely on the web at www.waycross.tv.